for a minute. You can't say the way I'm living is not independent, it's written in scriptures. I be the one to go get it and do it for all of my siblings. I got a plan, it's about to unfold. Feel like the man, I've been on the road. All that I got did it all on my own.
Welcome to the More Life Action Show, where we dive into real conversation and interview real people, learn more about their more life action-packed journey.
All right, each episode will be showcasing a different walk of life, so buckle up for a roller coaster of laughter, inspiration, and experience.
This is the More Life Action Show with your hostess, More Life Mia.
And your host, Action Jackson. And we have some real special guests today in the studio. Couldn't be more happy and honored to have you guys here. Thank you. On an Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday. But I don't even know if we should be saying the dates. But regardless, just letting you know, we got Austin and Yasmin from the Jungle Bully family here at the studios for the More Life Action Show. And this is episode 5.
Am I doing that right?
What kind of gang sign we're doing this time? It's not the 4,
I got
it's a
5 on it.
Hey. Welcome, Austin. Welcome, Yasmin. Thank you so much for coming down. I know it was very short notice, but before absolutely anything else, how are you guys doing today?
We're doing great, man. Thank you for having us first and foremost.
Blessed.
Yeah, 100%. Happy Easter to everybody out there who's celebrating that, you know. But now we're very happy to be out here in Canada. Thank you for having us.
No problem at all. No problem. So for the viewers that don't know, can you introduce yourselves? Let us know a little bit about yourselves in regards of who you are, where are you from, what you do.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yasmin. I am a American Bully enthusiast. And I was born and raised in California, but we recently moved to North Carolina. So cool little switch up. But yeah.
Yeah, my name is Austin, everybody. I am also an American Bully enthusiast. We breed American bullies, but more importantly, we try to educate others on how to do it themselves. One thing we're very passionate about is entrepreneurship and creating opportunities for everyone. So nonetheless, whoever's watching this right now, we wish you much success. But yeah.
That's fucking awesome. Now, I just
Some
want to
good
let
vibes
you know.
right there. I love that mentorship, inspiration, good experience.
Yo, very humble people. Now, you know what I mean? This is, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to gas them up. I'm not trying to, make their heads get huge or anything, but they're very, very humble. But I want to let you guys know a little bit about them. They have a very, very huge following. We're going to be showcasing their Instagram page as well. And they have a lot of projects going on. But I think we already know what time it is, right?
Oh, I know what time it is.
Lightning round time.
We got the lightning round, y'all. So when we bring our guests on, just so you know, make them feel a little comfortable, have a little fun with them, get to know them real quick. 1 minute. You guys have 1 minute.
Okay. Are we doing
minute.
it
Oh my God.
You know what? I think because we have 2 guests, we're going to have 2 lightning rounds.
Okay.
So Mia,
We're attacking twice.
yeah, Mia,
Oh my
I think
gosh,
we're gonna do Austin, and then I'll do Yasmin.
I'm good with that.
All right, so hold on 1 second as I set up my timer.
The intense music.
It's the sound effects that I like. Like, we're not living in 2024. You just
This is real deal, live and direct. All right, guys.
Right.
Mia, you have the questions ready?
I got the question.
Austin, are you ready?
I'm very ready. Let's go.
Excellent. I'm gonna count you guys in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Name a superpower you wish you had.
It used to be flying, but now it is super strength.
Okay. Is blood thicker than water?
Blood thicker than water? No.
Money or fame?
I'm definitely taking the money.
Top bucket list item.
Bucket list. What I would like to do. I would love to speak in front of 100,000 people and let them know they could succeed in anything in life.
I love that. Title of your Netflix special.
The Boy Who Lived in His Head.
Okay, I like that. Pocket Bully or XL?
Oh, we're doing XLs, baby.
Stack table or confirmation ring?
That's a great question. I think it has to start with the stack table and then you bring it to the confirmation ring.
Okay, texting or talking?
Oh, definitely talking.
Current go-to hype song?
Hype song? That's a good question.
Oh,
I mean,
that's a
since
good
I'm
question.
in Canada, it's 5 a.m. in Toronto.
10 seconds
Oh,
left.
I know that one. And sanctioned show or fun show?
Fun shows are for the love, for the community. Sanction shows are to show what you got.
And that's time.
That's time. He did it, y'all. And good answers, too. Yes, you killed that.
Very good
You
answer.
killed that.
Very good
She's like,
answer.
oh my God.
Yo, this guy's a natural. I can tell you right now that was probably one of the
I don't think-
smoothest lightning rounds
Oh,
that we've
sorry
had
about that.
so far.
I
Probably
don't
one of
think
the
he blinked.
smoothest.
I'm
Nah.
trying to throw him off, but he was like,
And just to let you guys know, we don't give these questions beforehand. This is on the spot, on the go. You know what I mean? Right off the top.
100%.
All right, Mia, do you think you could help me out with the
Done.
timer? Let me know when you're
where
ready.
do I even go? I went into my settings. All right, let's.
All right, Yasmin. So Yasmin, you
Lightning
already saw
round.
how Austin did. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Don't let me down. Don't let me down. All right. So is the timer ready?
Timer is ready in 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's hit it.
Okay. All right. Scale of 1 to 10. How good of a driver are you?
10.
Okay. We'll come back to that after, Austin. All right. Fill in the blanks. Drake is?
The best.
Okay. At what age would you like to retire?
35.
What kind of superpower if you had one?
Snap my finger and get anywhere.
Instant transmission. That's at Goku. All right. First celebrity crush.
Michael B. Jordan.
And if you could travel back in time, what period would you go to?
The 70s.
Yeah.
Do you snore?
Not that I know of. What?
Oh shit!
Favorite junk food?
Fries.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Favorite ice cream flavor?
Cookies and cream.
And say a word in Spanish.
Hola.
That's that Dora the Explorer. Came in handy.
Yeah.
All right.
Time.
Oh, wait. I think I had a few more, but you know what? I'm going to ask one. This might be a little bit of a little controversial, but you know what? We got to. You know, they're from the U.S., so we got to ask
Let's
them.
do it. Let's do it.
All right.
Biden or Trump?
I plead the 5th.
Okay, it's part of their amendments. Got to respect that. Got to respect
I
that.
like those answers.
I'm definitely taking Trump.
Okay, I like that
I
too.
love how
Hey.
it wasn't even his question, but he's answering.
Yeah,
Oh, you know what?
I had to say it.
So, you know what? Let's go back with a couple of questions. So, Austin,
Yeah.
she rated herself a 10 as being a good driver. Can you deny or confirm or?
Well, I try to make sure that she doesn't drive often, right? So it's been a couple years.
Passenger princess.
Since she's been in the
That's
driver's
right.
seat. But when it comes down to it, when she was driving, I took over for a reason. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
He's
All
like
right.
down in his head. He's downgrading her to like a 6.
Probably. Let me give you a number. Yas is not a bad driver. Never put my life in harm's way. Actually,
What?
I think there's been like once or twice. But no.
That one time where she started snoring behind the wheel.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
What do you
when
mean?
you
Do
fell
I
asleep
remember that?
and there was a Porsche? Do you remember that?
Oh yeah. That was
she
it.
fell asleep.
She
No, I'm just
blanked
kidding.
out for a minute there because she actually fell.
Yeah, but she caught herself before anything happened, so thankfully. But I'll give her a good 7.5. You
Okay,
know,
I think that's
100%.
very honorable,
That's
very
like close to
legit
a B.
number.
She'd probably say
Don't go
less.
ahead. Don't go
than-
ahead and ask me what your score is.
Ask her my score because she'd probably say it's worse than that.
Or you know what? Can we ask?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So Yasmin, what would you score Austin?
Give me a score.
1 out of 10.
Well, I probably would give him a 5.
Really?
Yeah, because
Now, is it a 5 because
the
of?
phone.
Is it a 5 because of his response, or is it like?
Nah, she just
genuine.
It hasn't been. So driving with the phone is a bad habit, right?
100%.
So
It's a big fine over here.
Yeah, really?
Oh yeah, it's
Oh,
like $1,000.
huge.
Demerit points, all sorts.
Dang. Yeah.
So
Okay.
I would
So
be
5.
broke. I'd be
Hold up.
broke.
You wouldn't be driving. I'd be driving you. I don't know if you know this, but I actually drive the train.
Really?
So I'd be driving you around.
Nice, bro.
You know,
Yeah,
at
no
least east to
texting
west.
and driving in here.
Nah. And honestly, like the way I think about it, at least back in the day, when we had the old school phones where it wasn't touchscreen and it was like for every letter you had to hit 1 3 times for the C. You know,
Those 5
2
no
for-
kill,
Yeah,
5
you know,
no
like,
phones,
yo,
ABCDs.
I'm not gonna lie. I used to drive and I'd be like, not even looking at the phone, and I'm writing the code or whatever it is. But now it's like, it's so interactive and it's too much now.
Yeah.
It takes the focus away.
Yeah, we're getting better at it.
You are. You are getting better. Yeah.
Progress.
I liked some of your answers, Austin. If we can go back to it.
Okay.
So money or fame?
Money, of course.
Why?
I think that fame is very, very overhyped, right? You got to think, especially in today's age, having so much, I guess you could say, having people so intrusive, or at least having everybody included in your life, it limits your ability to truly experience life. Being big on social media is great, but at a point, when it gets to a point where you're validating your existence based on other people's perception of you, it's dangerous. So for
it
me,
can lead you into a very dark road.
yeah. And for me, the biggest thing is, okay, how can I actually make an impact? You can't, followers can do great, right? But you can only make a true impact if you have the financial capacity to do it, So, yeah.
Oh, these are some proper answers. I'm telling you, the questions and the answers just keep on getting better on the More Life Action show.
Yeah, because some people say like money comes and goes. Like some people are the complete opposite of that. But like I like to see both sides of the spectrum with that question.
To each his own, right? I think I said this before. My guy James, he said the statement, which was, people will pay for, like, they value recognition as much as they do money, right? So it kind of coincides with that. People want to be recognized too. So I don't take away from it, especially having big followers. It's very nice to be able to make an impact. Like, think about the fact that we're in Canada right now simply off of the fact that we have the ability to bring out people and stuff like that, right? But when it comes down to how much you can do, what are you truly trying to accomplish in life? Money solves a lot of problems, right?
It's true. Absolutely true.
So it's not more money, more problems.
No.
Well, I don't know.
More money solves problems.
More money solves problems, but I do believe more money comes with a lot more problems. You start getting family coming out of the woodwork you didn't even know.
They don't say money. It says it's not money. No, it's not more money, more problems. They say more money, more people with money problems.
Jeez. Bars.
Remix.
Bars.
That's Rod Wave. I'm not taking credit for that. That's Rod Wave.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I didn't even count how many questions I gave you. I don't even know if we got to 10, but I do have a couple fun ones that we can quickly ask before we get into the meat of the podcast.
Yeah.
But so I know that you guys know we're in Toronto. Drake is basically Toronto, and there's been a lot of stuff going on recently between the big three. Or as Kendrick would say, it's just big me. So I would like to hear your thoughts on that in regards of who would you go with between Kendrick or Drake?
Oh my gosh, that's like hands down Drake.
Yeah. I mean,
I've always been the type of person with music, because my brother growing up, he would like make me really appreciate it lyric by lyric. So like if I didn't hear something like a bar, he would like pause it and like say it to me. So I think like growing up, like I've learned to appreciate that in music. So with Drake, it's like when you listen to him rap, it's like it makes you want to lose your mind, because it's like the way he puts it together, So I don't know. I could be biased, but
no. So for me, I always said that Drake, he speaks on the people, Kendrick speaks for the people, and J. Cole speaks to the people, right? So like,
These are facts.
That's how they operate.
And that's facts.
But you got to think, Drake has because he speaks on people, he can pick you apart in a way that you wouldn't think you could be picked apart, and make people see you in a different light. Perception is everything. So I'll give it to Drake because he's battle tested, right? But artistically, obviously Kendrick is, he's definitely up there. I just don't think that he can orchestrate it in a way where now today's generation is going to be like, oh yeah, that was it. You know what I'm saying? Like that song Like That with Future was great, but I don't think that it did what it wasn't catastrophic to where, but I think it was the beginning. It was the beginning.
I think Kendrick, Control. I don't know if you guys remember that track, Control. That was, straight to the head, taking people's heads off. I definitely rated that one more. I do see that it's going to be a spooky summer, at least when it comes to the music industry. You're seeing a lot of different changes, but you know what? Enough about that. Let's get to getting to know Austin and Yasmin, the whole Jungle Bully family.
Let's get into the dogs, real dogs, real dog shit.
So before anything, I don't know if you guys know this, but in one of our sponsor shots, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was episode 1, maybe episode 2. You guys are going to have to go check that out. But we were basically showing Quality Control 2.0 that happened in the city of Vaughan. And it was presented by the Bully Factory Canada. Now, at the show, they flew out the Jungle Bully family to be the judges on the show. And that's where we met them. And they did an amazing job. But we want to get to know them. Who is Jungle Bully family?
Thank you. I mean, where do I begin, really? Like, well, we started off with having a passion of just getting a puppy. And we just stumbled upon the breed, and we went to a couple dog shows and such. And it kind of just like grew from there, really. And then a big part of our whole, I guess you could say career, was not having any dogs. It was just more so like building our brand and supporting others and going to shows and doing videos on YouTube. And then I believe it was like year 2020 that we got Nike. Yeah, so that was like our first American Bully, and then things started skyrocketing from there. Austin's like a better storyteller as a whole.
You got it.
Nah, you're doing good, girl. Kill it.
Yo, listen, if it doesn't work out in the bully game, which I know it is, and it will, I'm telling you, if you ever Audible, if you're hearing this, get this man to read the books, because
Yeah, definitely.
soothing to the soul.
Thank you, brother.
She's doing a good job. Keep going, girl.
Excellent.
Tell them about who you are.
Yeah, baby. Tell them. You got this.
All right. Well, yeah. So it really is like a passion of ours. That's like our biggest thing. Like, and that's why we've always stayed so positive in this industry, because we are just wanting to like help everybody, like, educate them and such. And it's been a beautiful journey too. Like it's really humbling even to be here on the podcast with you guys, to think about like where it started. Like our first ever dog show was like us taking a picture with somebody else's dog, and now we're getting flown out. Like it's really cool. It's like
To
I don't
see
know.
like where you started and where you are now.
The
Yeah.
journey. The
journey.
MoreLifeAction journey.
You had to throw that in there.
We got to plug it in,
I'll
no?
take it.
You know, it's so
take it.
cool. Segue. To see you guys start something and build it from scratch, right? It takes
That's right.
it takes guts. 1, to bet on yourself, and 2, to stay consistent. So for you guys, you just gotta remember, this right here is going to be something you're gonna look back in 2-3 years from now and be like, man, we did this.
Started from the bottom. Started
Yeah.
from the
She's
map.
got to sing that one because she's a chick. Look.
Yeah.
Sing it, girl.
started from the bottom. Now we here.
Hey.
Yeah.
No, but
No, we appreciate that. That story, like, I love that story. So initially, and from what I'm seeing, and probably one of the reasons why you guys have become as successful as you are is because you trusted the process and you were patient with it. So you didn't, like you said, like you bought a dog, but like you didn't rush into like, okay, now I'm going to buy this dog and this dog and this dog because I want to like show out. And you kind of like, from what I'm seeing, and correct me if I'm wrong, did a lot of networking, building, going to shows, actually like understanding the breed and how you guys want to like set your goals and your vision, right? And then that's from what I'm taking from your story, you know. And then eventually you guys you did get dogs. Like, do you have dogs that you put in the show ring yourself? And
So actually, no, but we do plan on it with one of our own productions. She's 10 months right now, but like she's my prized possession. Like I love her so much.
nice, XL.
Yes.
Obviously.
XL's all the way.
Yeah. So go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I'm more of a pocket person. It's all good. It's all good. We still got love for all the bullies.
Yeah, man. When it came down to like the beginning journey of how we got started, we were very clear on what it is that we wanted to create. So if you look at like our first YouTube video, the first thing we say is we want to educate you guys on these 3 breeds. So it's English, American Bully, and Frenchie, right? And we were driving one day and I was thinking to myself, every bully in the jungle. That's my thought. So Jungle Bullies, that's where we came from, the name. And it just came to me while I was driving. But long story short.
I love that.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually
Were you
love
on the
that.
cell phone at the time or no?
No,
Or
I wasn't on the
paying
cell
attention
phone at the time. You feel
like,
me?
yo, like Jungle Bullies.
Nah. But long story short, when it comes down to it, the reason why I believe we've grown as much as we have, and I believe anybody can do it, is because we got very clear on where we wanted to go, and we communicated and moved in that way from the very beginning. So just because right now, let's say for instance, you guys are just starting the podcast, in order for you to get to that level of where you want to be, there's no difference between then and now other than time. The time is the only barrier. So you have to identify with where you're going to be in the future in order to actually get there. Does that make sense?
100%. I think based on what you touched, I'm going to make a quick comment about that. I think it's really important, not only just in relationships, but also in business relationships, having the right partner and the fact that you guys are working together, you guys have a common goal, you guys are able to get and to reach your goals at a much quicker rate. And it's not necessarily about getting from point A to point B quickly, but it's to get to point A to B.
Correct.
Right? You know, wrong partners, you just start doing circles. Like, I always use the same analogy. We're in a canoe, and we're rowing, and all of a sudden, me and she rowing too fast, and I'm going too slow. And what happens? You get a circle. You get a circle. But no, when we rowing at the same time, we're getting there. You know, so I actually appreciate what you just said, and it's absolutely true, and it could be taken not only in a business aspect, but even in a relationship aspect as well.
That's right. You got to have that strong communication, that consistency, and I see you guys have that. So
Thank
that's
you.
good. That's
Yeah,
good.
for sure.
And it's their first time in Toronto. And
Yes.
guess what? What did they see today or to yesterday or when they dropped down in Toronto?
You know what? How about we ask them? What? No, let's ask Yasmin. Let's ask Yasmin. So, Yasmin,
Yasmin.
you came out, and it's Yasmin, right?
Yes.
Yasmin.
Yes, you're right.
All right.
The
So,
Y.
Yasmin, you came to Canada, first time coming to Canada, and what did you see?
Like from the airplane?
I don't know. You tell me.
I saw a lot of, well, we came at night, so a lot of lights, a lot of the city life, I guess you could say. But yeah, I mean, like really pretty views. People were really nice. Yeah.
I don't know. I was just stretching.
Oh.
Little bit of snow.
Saw something coming down from the
Little
sky.
Oh, you're talking about. Yes, I saw snow. I saw actual like snow flakes coming down. It was crazy. I mean, I've been to like Big Bear in California and stuff like that, and there's like snow, and I've been skiing, but I haven't actually been in a position where snow was falling from the sky. Yeah.
That was a cool experience.
Most definitely. So, Austin, this is also your first time in Canada, and I know that based on the timing and your current schedule and everything, you haven't been able to necessarily see what we got going on around. But I know that we were talking earlier, and you're telling me that you're going to definitely come back, which I can't wait to have you back. I'm hoping that I can maybe be part host and take you around, show you what we got going down in Toronto.
Minus the snow.
But
Maybe she likes the snow.
with the little, hey, listen, summertime's prime time for your boy, but you know, wintertime's nice too. But that's my hibernation stage. That's when we put on the pounds, or in the States it's kilos, right?
It's pounds.
Okay, pounds. just checking. I don't know. You guys deal with miles. We deal with kilometers.
Yeah.
I kind of like kilometers. It just makes me
Freeway,
feel like I'm
highway.
moving faster. You know? You guys do what? 45. We do 100.
No, yeah, exactly. I was looking at the Uber yesterday. His speedometer said like 180. I'm
Like,
like,
slow
hey,
down,
yeah,
slow
chill, bro, chill. Yeah.
He put his phone down at that point. He's like,
But what do you think so far? For the little that you've been exposed to, what are your thoughts aside from our funny money? You know,
Nah,
that
man.
colorful stuff.
No, the money is cool. One of the biggest takeaways for me being out here, because I haven't experienced too much of scenery, but I've been able to interact with a lot of people, is the kindness that you guys have. You know, I
Canadian
think that-
courtesy.
Yeah, bro, it's a lot of love out here, and I was happy to see that. And I think that you guys have a lot of potential, especially in the bully community. I was only around the bully community, and that's what we were here for, right? But I think that what goes unnoticed in a lot of places where it hasn't been created yet is the ability to create opportunity for yourself. Sometimes it's limited in terms of what you have access to, resources, what your government does, and stuff of that sort. But I believe that, you know, right now we're in a stage where we all have more access to information and resources than we've ever had before. So long story short, while I've been out here, I've been able to see the potential that Canadians in the bully community have to create something amazing, so long as they work together and put themselves in the right positions, you know?
I wanna get into some controversy
Okay.
topics. Did I even say that controversial
Uh-oh.
topics? So y'all came down for a dog show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This dog show.
Quality control
I'm a
too.
walking billboard. So, Quality Control 2.0. Shout out Bully Factory Canada doing
out my
his
guy.
thing.
Shout out to Bully
Yeah,
Factory.
Arnold. Okay, so y'all came down for the dog show.
Yeah.
Tell me a difference or a similarity between what you experienced yesterday and what you've experienced in your hometown when it comes to not sanctioned shows but fun shows.
That's a good question. So what you'll notice, like yesterday, everybody seemed to be more together, right? It was togetherness. It was a good vibe. In the United States, you have very cliquey feelings, right? You walk in and everybody's doing their own thing. It's not as fun as you think because they
Yeah.
treat it very competitively. And if you go around, everybody's at their booth. They're not going to other booths. They're expecting you to come up and see them. They're not trying to do photo opportunities. They're not trying to network and collaborate. Very less about how much we can work together to build something, more so about how much I can capitalize by you buying something from me. And I think that is the reason why I say that there's so much potential out here in Canada, because you guys are at the stage of building the foundation for your community. If you do it the right way, you have the ability to build something great. Do it the wrong way, where ego is at the premise of your, or not the premise, but the pinnacle of your foundation. That's not the right way to say it. Where ego is the foundation,
Yes.
then you will not have something successful. But
Yeah.
it has to be about what the primary thing is, and that's the bullies. And
So
if-
you felt
I felt good
love.
yesterday. Yeah,
Like you felt
I
the
felt
love. You
Long
felt like
story short,
everybody was
yeah.
more of like a supporting vibe rather
Correct.
than like a competitive. Like it was like good, friendly competition.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, you got to think about it, right? Regardless if it's sanctioned or if it's a fun show. Yeah, you could get trophies and your dog could win. Anybody can have a phenomenal dog, and that's the truth. But relationships are priceless. So if you're out there just to validate who
yep.
you are in your existence, you're not there for the right reasons.
Yeah.
That's facts.
I love that. Yeah, that's a really good point. Collaboration.
There's too much money to be
trumps
made out here.
competition.
Too much money to be made out here for anybody to be like, oh man, in order for me to win, you got to lose.
Yeah.
It's true. You know, that's one thing at least that I love about the community the bully community is that I definitely see, especially on the Canadian side, that we have this saying, there's no community without unity. And everybody helps each other out, everybody lifts each other out. Definitely on the US side, I see a lot of competitiveness, a lot of gang, stuff like that. But I think competitiveness to a certain degree is definitely good. It helps
That
someone
too.
to elevate, to get to the next level, like if Goku wasn't as competitive as he was, you'd never get to Super Saiyan. You know what I mean?
So that's funny because for me, it's, and I don't mean to contradict it in any way. I believe it's good to compete and good to be in a position. Like, for instance, what we want to do is we want to be, of course we want to be the best. Of course we want to be the biggest. But it's, at the end of the day, it's me versus me.
Yes.
I'm not, I don't have to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
You're only in
everybody is in
competition
their
with
own
yourself.
lane.
Correct, bro. I don't need anything from anybody else to feel good about myself. It's what can I do for me,
Yeah.
That's
level
proper.
up.
That's
Level up
proper.
on your own vision, own goals, Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like others' opinion, they're not feeding your family. They're not. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
come on
saying?
now.
Like, you're
Yeah,
gonna keep doing what
exactly.
you're doing regardless. And then especially with like, if you receive some hate, sometimes it's very discouraging.
Correct.
But if you kind of like have a strong mind and know like where to place your vision and your goals, then you could just like erase all that.
100%.
So back to the show. So I love that
No more controversial topics?
No,
I'm
I have
ready.
more.
I'll be
I have
honest with you.
more.
More life
I-
action.
no,
We got
no, I
lots.
have
We got
more.
lots. But we do want to get to know more about you.
Okay, bet. Let's get it.
So you said, okay, so I asked the
Major differences.
the major differences between our shows and those shows. And then I had another one. So similarities. Are there any similarities between the two?
Yeah. I mean, I think that the foundation for it all stems from the love of the dogs, right? And so the similarity is always going to be the dog at the end of the day, and the fact that people can come out there and show what they have, and you're doing it to say that my dog is the best of the best, right? Which is a great thing and a great feeling to have. So I think the similarities lie in the ability to compete. You know, we don't want to eliminate that, because if you eliminate competition and earning your position, then you also eliminate fair rewards. You feel me? Because everybody doesn't deserve the same result if you're not putting in the same amount of work. This is that's why recognition is so huge, because people want to be recognized for what it is that they've earned, you know?
You know, honestly, I think that's so true. Unfortunately, as we can see in a lot of schools, a lot of new leagues and everything, what they're doing is now everybody gets an award.
Correct.
I mean, that's not right. You're
Eighth
setting
place.
up you're setting up people for failure in the future with their adult lives.
Right.
I mean, there has to
Right.
be a winner, there has to be a loser, but you have to see every opportunity or every exposure to these things as an opportunity to learn, to better yourself, to better whatever you're doing, whatever aspect that you're in. I mean,
And I always say, like, it's not wins and losses, it's wins and lessons. That's what I always say.
lessons and blessings.
Yeah, so I say wins, losses, lessons, all three make up what you're trying to do.
Right.
Oh my God, I had another question.
I got lots of questions. I know we don't have so much time, but I'm gonna ask this, and I hope you guys don't think they're playing favorites. But what was your favorite dog at the show?
It's a good question. Who you taking?
I'm taking Exodus from Level Up Bullies.
Yeah.
I just loved like how bully overall he was. His head piece was nice. I liked his bone. He had nice tight feet, which is like I really look at the dog's feet.
Yeah.
He had a nice top line.
He had a nice top line. He had a nice little tuck too. Like he was just overall real sound. I liked him a lot.
It's a great question, and because you took Exodus, I have to choose somebody else.
Okay, I like that.
You know, for me, there's a lot of nice bulls there. Funny enough, there was the Rock Bullies, I believe, of Ontario. They had like a nice exotic, you know.
They had like Vortex, Tornado. They had,
I'm not
real
familiar with the name,
names. Yeah.
you know,
They
because
had
I'm not
real
in the
nice dogs.
exotic community. But they're, I believe she's like 11-year-old daughter who's doing handling. She did a phenomenal job handling the dogs and stuff of that sort. So it was cool to see that. But, you know, I think she won the best woman handler, female handler.
Junior handle.
She
yeah.
no,
Yeah,
no, no.
yeah,
she-
yeah.
I
That's
think-
what.
was it the
listen,
junior
look,
handler?
watch.
The suspense.
I'll show you exactly who he's talking about, yo. Funny enough.
Oh, calendar.
Oh wow.
Funny enough. The kennel that he's referring to, I believe, is the Rock Bullies of Ontario, and they are our. Is this who you're talking
see.
about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Salute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Salute.
So
killed
shout out to
it.
the Rock Bullies of Ontario.
She
They
killed
are featured in
The bullying season calendar.
the bully season calendar
That's
in
a
the
Let me hold
month
it up,
of April.
just in case. Give them
Yeah.
a quick, you know.
I was elite.
I was like going like this, bending the calendar.
The sound effects are elite.
We
So
try.
it's good that I mean, these are the two dogs maybe that you've seen in the ring
I think
with
so.
them.
I think
There's
that
the chocolate,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I
I'm
totally-
not the biggest fan of exotics just because of the fact that a lot of them lack functionality and stuff of that sort. But you know, when it comes down to it, if you see one that is built correctly and they're functional, then all more power to you. You know,
Yeah.
Different strokes for different folks.
100.
There was probably another champion one that you saw in the ring. Jules.
Jules is phenomenal.
Yes.
Shout out to Built Right, 100%.
Yes.
Riri,
She
Here,
was
you do
our.
we see you.
She was our Jungle Bullies pick.
Yeah,
That was
she
like,
was our
Yeah,
Jungle
yeah,
Bullies
she was.
pick.
She was. Built Right Kennels was Jungle Bully Family's pick, and that's XL female Jules.
Just in case you didn't know,
Yeah, so
it's a free promo right there.
if we're putting in ranks of XLs at the show, I would say Exodus. I would say Jules. And then I would say Hazard with Fresh. You know.
Hazard was
Okay,
nice.
yeah.
I liked him a
saw
lot.
the doc. He was
Yeah.
real nice.
Yeah, he was really nice.
Yeah.
I have
he
to
was
admit,
nice.
I think you guys made an excellent choice. I looked at Exodus and all around very sound, and the coloration just seems so saturated. It's almost like they photoshopped him.
Yeah, for
he was
me,
very
when it
good.
came down to choosing him as like, you know, it's funny because he won in so many different categories.
Yeah.
He was just overall complete. It was
Yeah.
not too many XLs that brought the same proportion. You know, when you look at the overall build of the dog, that's what we're looking for. And you know, I told my guy Nigel, he has a lot of potential with that dog. You know,
Yeah.
and he's only 13 months, so
You're
shouts
doing
to him.
Sounds like a long
He was that
career.
young, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know it. Yeah, I didn't know he was that young. So what was one of the hardest decisions you guys had to make yesterday? Where you just sat there in the middle of the ring and you're like,
Well,
damn.
for one, like when you're like close to somebody and like you're not gonna choose their dog, that's like one thing, you know what I mean? But I guess also like it was a little difficult because we were trying to go most to the breed type, you know, like really sticking to that, you know, blocky head, like everything that you like that we needed to check off. So I think that was like kind of difficult. But the XL community really showed out, and I was very, very impressed.
I think it was one of the largest category, like the most
Yeah.
dogs in the ring when
Yeah.
the XLs came out.
When
Yeah.
Arnold was like,
Other
"Man,"
than the exotics in the stack table, that's always wild. There's
Yeah.
always
Yeah,
lineups there.
they do a lot of
But it
fun
was
stuff.
it was a
That's
good
when the
XL.
gang comes out.
Then I saw somebody rolling a blunt on one of rolling weed on one
Yo,
of
shout
on
out
top
to
of the dog.
Yo, shout out to
dog
Scoots.
line.
Carlos is the game. I gotta shut him out because yeah, man, like it was during the Stay Still challenge.
It
no?
was
That was a funny challenge.
no,
No?
it wasn't the stay still.
But I saw the
which
man
was
rolling
good
up a
job.
blunt, breaking it up on the dog. Dog's just sitting there. you know?
On his dog?
Yeah, he stacked it and he just starts putting stuff on the dog's back, and then he put like the blunt, and then he started. The dog wasn't moving. He was just
Using the dog as a tray table, but the dog stood still.
tray table.
You know, it was fully stacked.
Carlos, the tray table.
That is crazy.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he took that home. No, actually, I think it was between him and Asylum Bulldogs that took it.
Okay.
Yeah, they shared that. Are the dogs better in the States than Canada?
I would say yes, because there's a longer
would say
history there. You know, like there's a lot of development that has gone into the United States. Like I said, you guys are at your beginning stages. But one thing that I don't want people to forget here in Canada is that in order for you to truly build something worthwhile, it's like you have to start with quality. So if you know that the quality in the States is better, then invest in the States, bring it here, build your empire, and do what you have to do. Don't be afraid to spend money to make the most out of what it is that you're doing, right? Because, of course, it's more expensive in the States, but you're paying for the years.
It's that U.S. dollar, man, that's hurting all of us.
It's just about what it is that you're getting, right? You want to buy a Ferrari or you're going to buy a Toyota and then try to build a Ferrari, right? It's just about how you can get there. And if you have goals of doing it the best, start with the best, bring it here, build your own, and then 5-10 years down the line, you're going to have Canadian breeders that are going to be standing on business, you know?
I think also too, like, I think like people here should seek out mentorship. Because for us, like we had a friend, well, he's like family now, Blackline, but he would always tell us like not to skip steps. And I feel like when people just like want to
cut corners.
yeah, like they just want to like get the like a female and think they're gonna make this much money, but like no research was done, you know, like no looking at like, you know, people the dam the sire, like looking into the pedigrees, like that's very important too. Like because I do still think you can get a quality female or male and it doesn't have to necessarily be so expensive, but it's like knowing the work. Like,
you know why that's important? Looking into pedigrees.
Yeah.
Because when you breed, stuff can pop up like 2-3 litters down. Stuff can show up and pop up. And you're like, where did this come from? So if you didn't study the pedigree and the bloodline, you'll see where it came from. Like 3-4 generations ago, this dog had this, but it popped up like 3-4 litters later. You know what I mean? So that it makes sense what you're saying, because that could happen. And it gives you understanding as to like when you're having your litters, why they came out like that, the match that you made with the sire and the dam. So research. That I think a lot of people miss that step.
Yeah,
miss that step.
When we first got into the game, like she said in the beginning, we took like 2 years to really grow our brand and then also educate ourselves, right? And so I think one of the keys to creating something successful, especially with dogs, is understanding what you're trying to create, like truly breaking it apart, right? Because there were some phenomenal dogs yesterday, and using them as tools. How are you going to build the next dog? Because, of course, you can have a great dog this generation, but if you don't know what you're doing, you could have this dog and then try to outproduce it. But if you don't know the tools to do it, you'll end up creating a less quality dog, and then you'll find yourself in a position where that one dog is the staple for your program, and that's all you had, right? And then you see a lot of people that, hey, this is the dog I had back in the day. Well, what else?
Yeah, it was kind of like, I don't know if you remember, I think it was Remy line or
Remy line?
Yeah, like that dog was bred with like over 100,000 different dogs. Like,
wow.
Like it was the dog that really pushed that, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong with the name, so don't quote me on that.
100,000 different dogs?
Like, it's just like it was this one dog. It was this one dog. And it wasn't the whole program. It was just the one dog. And he just hit everybody. He was like the hottest at the time. And semen was going out everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%.
Now, I do have a couple more questions. I know we're cutting close, but what has been the hardest lesson when it comes to what your journey is with the bully game? A question to both of you. And then aside from that, what has been, in your opinion, your biggest win? Or at least what you feel that your highest achievement of what you felt that you, with your program? So the hardest and the best, you know?
I would say the hardest thing is the setbacks, like learning to fight through and push through. You have things like a female won't take, or, things with other breeders can go down as far as like drama and stuff like that. And just like learning to build that like thicker like backbone, because that I would say that was difficult for me, just based on like how I was raised and stuff like that. But it has made me better and learn how to like maneuver in different ways. And then and the second question again, sorry.
Your best one.
Your biggest achievement, or what you felt has been your biggest achievement or your best achievement within this journey of the jungle bully family.
Our biggest achievement, I would say, is just like being able to continuously provide help and educate others. I think that's like the best thing for me, like feeling like when people come to me and ask questions, because I didn't have that necessarily. Like, we seeked out a lot of mentorship, but nobody was really like full-fledged trying to like give us, the steps and stuff. So I think for me, like that being able to be somebody's outlet and be helpful in that sense, like that's been a very beautiful
because a lot
thing.
of people, I mean, there's very good mentors out there, but then there's some that just want to keep
gatekeep.
keep it to themselves, because like they don't want you to like
surpass them.
I want everybody to win. Like I don't think there's anything like where I have to keep secrets, because I mean, at the end of the day, you can tell somebody what you're gonna do, but are they gonna do exactly what you are gonna do? No.
And then like, wouldn't you be so proud, like you showed somebody something and they did so good with it,
right? Yeah.
that you'd be so proud, like, even if they do a little bit, I don't even want to use the word better, but even if they exceed what you're doing, that's such a prideful moment.
It is.
It's not like, oh my God, I showed them this, now they're doing better than me. Like, what?
Like building somebody up.
That's a Yod Grefti Bachem moment from Afghan brothers out there.
Did you learn, my child?
You know?
That's a great question. Good answers, by the way, babe.
Great
Thank
answer.
you.
Yeah.
100%. Hardest lesson would have to be that not everybody's built like you. And that just means that you can have the greatest intentions in the world, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you'll get them in return. So one thing you can kind of correlate that with is like, if, let's say, for instance, you may want, just like she said, we want to see everybody win. it was very hard to realize that even though if you look at our entire journey, it's been authentic, it's been consistent because that's who we are. It's not something we're trying to push for, any other reason other than the fact that we truly believe that, right?
You love what you do.
We love what we do. That's why we are able to see
Authenticity.
Yeah, that's why we've been able to reap the rewards of success, because it comes from a genuine place. That's why I'm not afraid of it. It's authentic. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, hardest lesson is that although we have this mindset and we have these intentions, it doesn't mean that everybody will have that as well. So we've come across, the people that'll try to bring you down, or the people that you thought were for you that ended up switching up for their own advantage. Yeah. But, the biggest win would have to be going through all of that and realizing that you're not breakable, that you don't cower in the face of fear.
Because the snakes always weed themselves out.
Correct.
So when that happens, it's better in a sense, because now
it's
they weren't with you all along.
The beauty in it all is that when you give everything time, and not only does truth always come to light, but in time, it's seasons, it's storms, they pass. And then you learn that, like you said, wins, losses, lessons, right?
That part.
So if you extract the lesson and you wait and you just trust in God, whatever anybody wants to call it, right? Everybody has their own beliefs, but you wait for the lesson and you look at it, you look back, as long as you have genuine intentions and you're authentic with what it is that you do, and you look back, you'll realize, man, it was a blessing.
Yeah, you won't see it as a loss,
in
as
the
a
moment,
setback.
Microscope, oh my goodness, this is so much, I can't believe this. Fast forward, you're like, man, thank God.
Right? You're like that. I have a good question, I think. As judge, first, how long have you guys been judging shows for?
Been some years. Yeah. I mean, I would say this was our second, third.
I think it's probably, we've done a couple fun shows.
We done fun shows for sure. Yeah.
So you've done a few shows.
Correct.
How do you deal with somebody coming at you for your judgment?
That's a good question.
On their dog.
Yesterday
obviously on their dog, not his person.
Yesterday I asked somebody, I asked a few people, I made sure I was walking around the crowd, and then I asked a couple people that we did some judging. We said, how were my picks? People in the crowd were like, yeah, you did great. And then a couple people, they just didn't understand why we chose somebody else's dog and not theirs. You know? So it's touchy, but that's why we go into the ring. Like you notice, I wasn't really super, how can I put it? Like, you have to understand you're dealing with a lot of people's pride and joy, which is their dog, and they want their dog to win. So it's personal. You have to treat it with some level of seriousness, because of the fact that you don't want it to be like a situation where people feel like they were robbed or whatever. So at the end of it all, I say, respect you for coming out. I appreciate your passion. If they ask me what they think they can improve on, I'll tell them, whatever. Right. But on both parts, as a judge, you have to treat it with honesty. I'm not going to pick a dog just because it's somebody I know, right? And then on the back end, when it comes down to it, for the person who's in the ring, you have to understand it's a competition. Are you willing to take a loss as much as you are willing to take a win, right? Are you developed enough? Are you mature enough to be able to accept that? Because
even if they don't agree,
if you don't agree,
decision.
right?
Yeah. That's why I wanted to ask, like, if you've had any
negative feedback,
disgruntled people that were really like, nah, they don't know what they're doing, they can't see clearly, like.
They'll never tell you to your face, I feel like. They'll say that.
Yeah, they probably never would say to your face. But I mean, I was actually surprised.
Ugly side of judging. I want to know the ugly side. Let's get into the dirt, y'all. I want to see the ugly side of judging.
I mean, I would say there were some people who were like surprised that we didn't choose their dog. Yeah. But like Austin was saying, like, we really were trying to stick to the script. You know what I mean? Like, make sure that everything was like to the T, like what that category was, like who was the best of the best. And I think it's like emotions have to be put aside at the end of the day. Ego needs to be parked at the door. Like, ultimately it's like, is your dog it?
Yeah.
So
a lot of XLs came out, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people were expecting, a lot of people that we knew already in the community tapped in. So they flooded the show ring. But I would be doing you a disservice, and I would be doing myself a disservice if I just went off of who's gonna have my favor in the end. That's not what it's about. We're there to really give flowers, and we're there to shed truth. If we're looking at everybody in the breeding community, this is a process, it's a project, it's a goal to build something up. Yeah. So when you don't win, go back again. Create the next generation that fixes the flaws of the dog previously.
It tells you what you need to work on.
Correct. Exactly.
Just simply put.
Lessons.
It's a process.
I did have somebody come up to me, though, that didn't win, that asked me what he could do better, which was cool. He was like, what could I do better? How can I practice with my dog? Like, really trying to figure out what to do next, which was cool.
Yeah.
100%.
I like those ones. Like, they're actually looking for your mentorship and advice and what they can do, like, for the next show.
Now, guys, I know that we're coming to an end of the show, but I think we're going to finish off with one more question.
Okay.
One more question. I want to know for each of you, where do you guys see yourselves 5 years from now? Where do you see the Jungle Bully family 5 years from now? Who knows? This might be a prophetic episode. We don't know.
Oh, it is.
But I'm just letting you know. We want to know. Where do you see yourselves? What year are we on? 2024? Where are you going to be in 2029?
It's prophetic. It is.
Man, I'm very big on like manifestation. Every step that I take is like I see myself in the future. So like in 5 years, I'll see us on big plots of land, 30 to 40 acres, build a huge like dog mansion for my dogs. Like all my dogs are like my kids. That's why I call myself a bully enthusiast. I don't necessarily like to call myself a breeder, but big plot of land, big mansion for my dogs. Our brand would be even bigger, YouTube grown like crazy. I don't know, just like
We're just still doing what y'all love best.
I absolutely love it. And just being able to also do it as like a hobby and enjoy, what we're doing. But yeah.
My goal is to be the Elon Musk or the Steve Jobs of the breeding industry. So
he's gonna start slapping the bullies with that Neuralink.
He set the bar. Like
when it comes down to
the
next 5 years, we'll have a family. We'll have a very nice plot of land, but we'll also have residents in different countries. I think that everybody should look towards putting themselves in a position where you are autonomous, where you're able to move around. Just because with the way the world is going right now, you don't want to be controlled by your government. When it comes down to next 5 years, I want to impact over 100,000 people and improve their life. I want to change the face, not only the face, but the way that the breeding industry is handled and the way that people become successful. Very possible for anybody to make over 6 figures a year as a breeder if you have the right strategies in place. It's not impossible. You can build yourself up to becoming a full-time breeder, doing it without over flooding the market and trying to breed as much as you possibly can. It's not about how many puppies you can produce. It's about how much value you can provide.
Quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity. I plan on...
That's literally in our bio.
Literally.
Quality over quantity?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I didn't check.
And the next year or two, I plan on retiring my mom, which will be phenomenal for me and for her, of course, obviously.
That's amazing.
Two children in 5 years. And I will end it with...
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's like, we got to talk about that one again.
No, I said it's funny because you say you want more.
No, in 5 years. We got time.
Okay.
We got time.
Right. 5 in 5 years. 5 in 5 years.
When she said that, the way she said that, she was like, "That's funny. That's not happening." I'm like, "Oh my god."
No. That's happening. That's happening.
Okay, but last but not least, creating an international community of dog breeders around the world who have an alignment with positivity and aspirations to be the best version of themselves.
I love that answer. I have 2 things. Okay.
I could be here all day.
I know. I have so much questions for you guys.
Listen, our producer Jonah.
Let me ask you this. You mentioned that you had a litter on the ground. No.
No.
Oh,
No.
production. You were gonna put one of your.
Yeah.
Right. That's a prideful moment.
It is. It is a huge thing to me. XL. Her name is Marathon.
Okay.
She's off of our boy Casino.
Girl.
Shout out to my girl Marathon. I love you. But yeah, I'm very excited that I do. Like, she definitely is gonna kill it. She learns things really fast, and she's like always trying to please us and stuff. So she's gonna kill it.
Okay.
So you guys better watch out.
Watch out for
Marathon.
It's not a race. It's a marathon.
Correct. Not a sprint.
Caption
Not a
that.
sprint.
You know?
Caption that.
No, I can't take the credit for that one. I think that was Nipsey Hussle, no?
It's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
Well, that's where we
Is
got
that
her
it?
name from. He's like a huge Nipsey fan.
I have a
there you
Nipsey
go.
portrait on my right leg. Yeah.
There
Nipsey
you
portrait.
go.
Rapper.
Okay. What advice would you give to a new breeder or somebody new coming into the show scene?
I would say don't let the setbacks defeat you. I think a lot of people will face something that might seem like it's going to end it all, but in order to be successful, you have to be able to push through those moments and stuff. So stick it out. Stick it out. That's my biggest advice.
I would say to new breeders just coming in that before you buy a dog, be very clear on who you are, what you want to create, and what it is that you're going after. Have a vision, be clear, so that way you're in alignment with what you're going towards, and you're not just creating just anything, And then another thing is, don't just go buy a dog from somebody because of the fact that it looks like you'll benefit from having their name on the paperwork. Make sure that the person you buy a dog from wants to see you succeed as much as you want to succeed, right? Genuinely, not just because of the fact that you're going to be spending money with them. Make sure that they will take care of you. A lot of people buy a dog. The breeder was very, very communicative up until the point they bought the dog. They never talked to the breeder, and the best thing they could probably get is a repost, right?
Yeah,
So
it's not that good lifetime.
They went
relationship.
phantom on them. They went phantom on them.
exactly. So
All right, guys. So we are coming to
So
the
we
end
got
of
a
the show.
couple things for you guys.
But
I have a couple things. I'm not even talking to them to gift them.
all right. My apologies.
Jonah will be here for another
So we got
hour,
a couple
bro.
things
I
for
know.
you guys. The first thing is the Bully season calendar. That was produced by me and my business partner. Shout out Royal Majesty Kennels. So this is the 2024 one, and we are taking submissions for the 2025. So I'm going to give that
you so
to
much.
you.
Oh,
And
thank
that
you
is
so
just to
much.
bring the
This is
whole Bully
cool.
community together.
Yeah.
It was sponsored by the ABKC Dave Wilson himself.
Wow.
So
That
shout out
is
Dave Wilson.
dope.
Shout out to Dave Wilson.
Vice President James Cooper. They came out. They showed out.
For sure.
He gave us some advice on the calendar, and we put it in there, and it's been good. So we've done 1 year, and we hope to keep it going.
It's
definitely
been
will.
very, very well received in the Bully community, and we're hoping,
Yeah.
even though I'm not part of it, I'm hoping for more years to come of success and growth.
Thank you.
so
I
much.
appreciate
Thank you.
that. So that one's
Thank
for you
you.
guys.
Thank you so
This
much.
is so cool.
What else?
What else we got in this goodie bag?
Got a couple shows coming up if you guys want to come back to Toronto.
Okay.
So we have
There should be snow at this time too.
Excellent.
Lots
I
of
love
snow.
it. More snow for me.
So we have the ABKC show. This one is in June.
Ooh.
So maybe you can pass it around
yeah.
down
Yeah.
your end.
Yes.
And then
you see
look, there's Jules.
Champion Jules. Yep.
That's what's
yep.
up.
oh yeah, all the dogs on the flyer for sure.
That's so cool.
There's a lot of good ones. And then we have the Bully Legacy Ball.
Ooh.
So
First of its kind.
first of its
First
kind.
annual.
So I'm actually throwing that event with my partner Asylum Bulldog. Shout out to Asylum.
Yeah, that's a really nice flyer.
Made by Action Jackson himself.
Oh, I'm just saying it was a nice flyer. I didn't know.
So here's your golden ticket. No, I'm joking. So that's happening November 23rd. And what we're trying to do is all year round, we go to shows, we put in the work. a lot of people do this full time. You know, they don't have their Christmas parties to go to. There's like the after parties or whatever. So we're putting together an actual semi-formal ball
Wow.
for the entire bully community. Anybody can come. Not just bully community, like trainers, people that provide to the bully community, the treats, the raw food, all of that. So that's going down. It's a semi-formal event, full buffet dinner, VIP section.
Thank you very much.
So that's around November 23rd.
100%.
So
I think
no
a quick-
dogs,
quick
but it's a
quick
nice
correction.
break to dress up.
I think just to let you know, the dress code is dress to impress. So I don't know if that's semi-formal. It's a formal soiree.
Yes, but dress to impress. But dress-
That looks.
Oh, this is really cool.
Yeah,
love
yeah.
it.
Come on, have fun and
Unique.
Yeah,
Definitely
Innovative. Innovative.
yeah, yeah.
And these flyers are top tier.
100%.
We try. You know, I think I know a guy.
I got some merch for y'all.
Wow. We've been blessed for the past.
So just some
Thank-
shirts for the bully
Sweet.
season counter.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm just like passing.
You know what's so funny is like our luggage is full of merch.
I
right
know,
now.
literally. We
Yeah.
have like.
So give
5
it, no, I'm joking.
No.
No, I want you guys to have that. And then my brand, More Life Bullies. So
More
that's
Life
my
Bullies.
kennel name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to More Life
That's
Bullies,
it.
guys. Shout out to More Life Bullies. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ooh, I
100%.
like this. This is nice.
Thank you for the gifts. That's
Thank you
blessed.
for coming on the show.
100%.
Thank you so much. I'm not trying to kick you guys out,
Yeah,
but
bro.
I just
All
want to
good.
know what's a final quick sentence, or you know what? No, how would you end the show with 3 or less words to each of you?
Can I do? No. 3 or less words?
That's hard.
No.
I have
That's
one.
hard.
I have one, but it's funny because my dad, like, he would always say it, and birthday cards, he wouldn't write anything but these 2 words, but be yourself. That's
Simple,
yeah,
I like that.
but impactful.
exactly.
Aspire for more.
I thought you were going to say aspire to inspire, but
That too.
And that's facts.
inspire for more life action.
That's right. So again, Austin, thank you so much for coming
my
to the
God.
More Life Action Show. Yasmin, thank you so much for coming to the More Life Action Show.
Thank you for having us.
Both of you, I hope that the next time that we see each other in the future, which this might be a prophetic episode right here, right now,
It is.
I hope that we'll have more laughs, more action, more stories.
More blessings.
You know what I mean? More blessings. And, you know,
More
I hope
love.
that every aspect of your life, tenfold, just
appreciate
growth,
that.
growth,
I
growth.
appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
You know what I
Thank
mean?
you so much.
I'll give you a chance to shout out anybody that y'all would like to show love to, or shout out your peoples, anybody really.
Shout out to JBK East Coast for taking care of them dogs.
She got that.
No, for real. Shout out to our team, for real, holding it down back home, letting us be able to do something this beautiful. So shout out to them for sure.
Let's do some Canadian. Shout out to the Bully Factory, Canada.
Yes.
First and foremost. Shout out
Shout
to
out
my
to
guy.
Bully
Thank you for
Factory.
having us. My guy James Cosby. Thank you so much for coming out, bro. Pleasure to meet you.
Yep.
Shout out to More Life Action Show for having this on the
Shout out
podcast.
to you,
Thank you
guys.
guys.
Shout out to you
Appreciate
guys.
you. Appreciate you.
100%. Shout out to Built Right for sure. Always love. Shout out to Level Up. Shout out to
Level Up.
everybody that came to the show. And if I didn't mention you right now, you know it's always love.
Yes.
And shout out to anybody who believes in themselves, because that's all it takes. Believe in yourself.
Yes.
That's it.
Great people.
So let's
Great
end it
vibes.
off with a word from our sponsor. So make sure you go check out all of our sponsors. Go give them a hit, a like, a follow, a share, all that good stuff. And just to let you guys know, if you guys would like to be a sponsor on our show, whether you are a brokey or not, we got something for you. We do have a new VIP package available. And yeah, just give us a DM, an email. don't call us because we're not going to answer. No, I'm just joking, but we're not giving you our number. But, I mean, we definitely are able to work with the budget you got. Oh, my goodness. I'm a little tongue twisted today.
Making you nervous over there? Or?
No, just a little. You know? I'm not gonna lie. During the show, I got my mom calling me. I'm like, what's going on? You know what I mean? It's Easter Sunday. I gotta go to church. So guys,
Shout out Jungle Bully No, cut.
Okay, let's reverse that. Ready? One.
It's a Jungle Bully Factory, bro. You saw I was saying that, right? I was a Jungle Bully Factory.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Shout out Jungle Bully family.
Thank you so much again. Safe travels. I can't wait to see you guys again. And this is the More Life Action Show.
Let's get it.